Good afternoon. This is a regular meeting of the Springfield Township Board of Trustees. We'd like to call our meeting to order, and Mrs. Price, we take the roll, please.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Here.
Mr. DeLauro?
Here.
Mr. Caudle?
Here. We'd like to begin our meetings with the Pledge of Allegiance, so would you please join me? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, today we have a special presentation here before we get started. Chief Simone, would you like to swear in one of our newer officers, please?
Yep, thank you, Mr. DeLauro. First, I want you to know, I'm Jack Simone, Police Chief here in Springfield Township. Thank you all for being here to witness our swearing in of our newest full-time police officer. Before I start, though, I want to introduce some folks up here. Mr. Caudle, Board of Trustee, Mr. DeLauro, and Mrs. Kelly Chapman are our three Board of Trustees. Mrs. Price and Mrs. Jasko are both administrative assistants to the township. Mr. Weinsheimer is not here today. Mrs. Groh, she's our zoning administrator, and our fire chief, Brett Reinbold. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Officer Dan Fido. Give you a little history with Officer Fido. He has a bachelor's degree from Ashland University. He got a master's degree at Bowling Green State University, both criminal justice. He served in the United States he was a United States Marine with distinguished discharge. He also spent some time when he was deployed to Iraq, so he's a combat veteran as well, so he brings a lot to our community. Officer Fido graduated from the Akron University Police Academy in 2006. Since then, he spent some time at the Stark County Sheriff's Office. He spent some time at the City of Twinsburg Police Department, and now he's here with us here in Springfield. Officer Fido also was a tactical officer and was a team leader for the Metro SWAT team. Officer Fido, if you're here, can you introduce who you brought with you today? So we're going to have Officer Fido come up and we're going to do a swearing-in ceremony. I, Daniel Fido, do solemnly swear to affirm that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the State of Ohio, the laws and ordinances of the political subdivision to which I am appointed. To the best of my ability, I will discharge the duties of this office as a full-time police officer. Let's do this real quick before we go to Friday. You always going to set Dan up. Real quick. Captain Mark, come up. I wanted to hurry up and get some pictures in because oftentimes we'll take a break or a recess and then we don't get a chance to get that done. So I wanted to get that out of the way. We're very excited to have Officer Fido here. With his experience and his knowledge to bring to our police department, it's really going to benefit our department and our community. I want to, first of all, before we go any farther, is thank all of those that are here today that have dedicated their lives to law enforcement and that are serving our community. These officers out here, I say it each time I stand up here so I get an opportunity to brag a little bit. They do a great job. They do a great job for our community. We recently received this incident with the raccoon. I'm sure many of you have seen that. To these guys, it's just Tuesday, right? The stuff they deal with throughout their careers, most folks deal with a major crisis in their life one or two times, right, in a lifetime. Like I said to these guys, it's just another day in the office for them, right? They're here for the holidays. They're here on the weekends. Captain Moore, you don't realize this, but we got inundated with public records requests for that incident all over the country, right? She's been handling those nonstop. It's kind of a one-person operation. Christine Rohr, who's our administrative assistant, if she stepped out, she's getting them, she's sending them to Captain Moore, and she's fulfilling all these requests. These guys, they just do a great job from top to bottom every day. When somebody moves on, it's basically the next man up here. So I'm really proud of these officers and the things that they do and the things they keep bringing to our police department. What's most exciting for me here in my role is that these officers not only come out, they patrol, but they step up and are doing extra things. Where it's Officer Clapp who came up with the drone program and then he funded it. Or these officers that want to do K-9 for our department and they're funding it. This is all things that are benefiting our community that are not coming out of our budget. So really proud of these officers. So I do want to take a moment to recognize all the officers here tonight for the job they do for our community. Thank you, guys. Officer Fido, he brings extensive experience as a combat veteran, I mentioned, as a law enforcement instructor. Since he's been with our department as a part-time officer, he's implemented advanced tactical training for our police officers. He's implemented several new trainings that we would not have implemented if it wasn't for him bringing them to our department with his experience. He's coordinated an active shooter drill at Springfield High School, and in that drill, he included the staff and several departments from the surrounding areas to that. When we were there all day, he did a great job with that program. He's introduced new equipment that's enhanced officer safety and efficiency for our officers. One of the reasons we're so excited to get him on here full-time is he's going to keep providing those trainings and those resources and bring his experience to share with our group. We pride ourselves on maintaining a respectful and professional police department. Bringing on Officer Fido, he exemplifies the caliber of individual that we want to put out there to serve our community. Officer Fido, I said this to you before, we're committed to provide you the resources, the training, and the equipment, right, for you to be successful here in our police department. To Officer Fido's wife, thank you. Thank you for sharing it with us. Thank you for understanding. There's going to be missed birthdays. There's going to be postponed holidays. He's going to be working weekends and nights, and he's been working night shift for the last 6 weeks or so. Thank you for understanding that. But because of you is the reason he's here today. So thank you. Thank you. And I really mean that. It's these families sacrifice for our community as well. Like I said earlier, our new officers are working night shift, they're working weekends, they're working holidays. So we really appreciate the family's support. Because if they don't support these officers, these young men and women here, then we're not going to be successful. Officer Fido, you be blessed with the courage and resilience that's required for your role here in Springfield Township. I want to thank you for the exceptional services you will provide and the sacrifices you will make on behalf of this community and this police department. So one more time, thank you, Officer Fido. At this time, anybody who wants to, we have cake and refreshments out in the hallway. The board will take a quick break so we can go out there. I believe the board is going to continue, though, with their meeting because I know they have a pretty lengthy agenda today. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So for those of us that don't need to be in there for the meeting, we're going to go out to the hallway for some refreshments. Okay. They do against Toledo.
Yeah, I think they beat us this year.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. like Chief said, if anyone would like some cake or, there's refreshments out there in the hall, if not, we're gonna, continue through here and try to get through this agenda. All right. I move to dispense with the reading of the minutes and approve the minutes to date.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
I move to approve payment of bills and payroll as prepared by the fiscal officer, subject to audit.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
I move to acknowledge receipt of the fiscal officer's March 2025 reports, subject to audit.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
I move to approve the establishment of Fund 9003 for the Township Veterans Memorial Fund on UAN. This is a fiduciary fund that allows the township to take in occasional donations and pay bills related to the Veterans Memorial. No appropriations or other budgets are needed for these fiduciary funds.
Second?
that.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
For the fire department, I move to accept the voluntary resignation of full-time firefighter Brandon Beck from the Springfield Township Fire Department effective 5/2/2025. Firefighter Beck has accepted a full-time position with the Twinsburg Fire Department. We'd like to thank him for his dedicated service, professionalism, and commitment to the Springfield Township Fire Department and the community we serve. We wish him continued success in his career and all the best in this new chapter.
Second that.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
And I move to authorize the appointment of Brandon Beck to the position of part-time firefighter medic effective 5/8/2025. The appointment will follow the terms and conditions of employment as outlined in the current part-time firefighter collective bargaining agreement.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
Chief, would you like to say anything about Brandon? Or, obviously, we don't want him to go. We're hiring him back as part-time, but I didn't know if this just, he lives there or?
Yeah, he knows the area.
Okay, yep, great. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there. I move to authorize the appointment of John Kane to the position of part-time firefighter, fire inspector, effective 5/8/2025. This is contingent on the satisfactory completion of the drug test required by the Springfield Township Employee Policy Manual. The appointment will follow the terms and conditions of employment as outlined in the current part-time firefighter collective bargaining agreement.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
I move to authorize the appointment of Jacob Longeneck to the position of part-time firefighter medic effective 5/8/2025, contingent on the satisfactory completion of the drug test required by the Springfield Township Employee Policy Manual. The appointment will follow the terms and conditions of employment as outlined in the current part-time firefighter collective bargaining agreement.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
I move to authorize the purchase of 2 used Zoll Auto Pulse units from the Mogador Fire Department at a total cost not to exceed $6,000. Payment shall be made to the Village of Mogador with funds to be expended from budget line item 2191-230, $5,000.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
Okay, that's it for the fire department this time. Something happened a couple of days ago, Chief. Would you like to mention anything about that, or?
Yes, I want to thank the community and the trustees for their support in passing our recent bill. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
You did a good job.
Yes, yeah, that was very nice. Well needed, but we very much appreciate it. We'd like to thank the community for that. For the police department, I move nunc pro tunc to approve the annual payment not to exceed $20,000 to Summit County Fiscal Officer for dispatch CAD to be made in 4 quarterly payments paid from line 2081, 210, 360, 1017.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
And I move to approve the purchase of a police K-9, including training and necessary equipment at a cost not to exceed $17,500. This purchase shall be funded through line 2926 to 9590, utilizing the National Opioid Abatement Distribution Funds in accordance with the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding. The addition of this K-9 unit will support both law enforcement operations and substance abuse prevention efforts. The K-9 will enhance criminal interdiction initiatives aimed at reducing the supply and demand of illegal narcotics and will be used as a resource to deliver drug prevention messaging in local schools. The dual role of this K-9 strengthens our efforts in both enforcement and community engagement.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
For the zoning department, I move nunc pro tunc to approve the payment to Bud's Construction in the amount of $5,300. This will be paid from Fund Line 2181, 130, 500, 1007 for nuisance abatement cleanup at 3638 Albrecht Avenue.
Second that.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
I move nunc pro tunc to approve the payment to Bud's Construction in the amount of $5,700 and also to be paid from Fund Line 2181, 130, 500, 1007 for nuisance abatement cleanup at 1528 Jordan Lane.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
For the road department, I move to approve the attached Springfield Township General Piping and Ditching Guidelines update effective June 1st, 2025. This is as prepared by the road superintendent.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Cottle?
Yes.
All right, I noticed from our engineer's office, Mr. Ross is here. Sam, do you have anything you need to tell us, or are you just stopping in? Oh, step right up, sir. Thank you, so they can get you on television.
Okay. Just basically, we've started our annual road maintenance program, which you're participating in. In fact, they are out milling Sanitarium Road today, and they've done some spot paving for the chip seal work. And this year it's a little different. It used to be the chip seal and the motor paving were together, same contractor. This year we got 2 different contractors, so we're hoping that works out okay.
Okay.
The spot leveling, I think, pretty much done. They're going to be off for probably 2-3 weeks, and then they'll come in and start the chip seal work.
Okay.
And then the one other item was on Killian. We had a dip that appeared,
Yes.
and that's getting repaired tomorrow.
Oh, great, thank you, yeah, that's.
Yeah. We had the First Energy we felt caused that problem, and we're working with them to get it taken care of.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty big dip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty much it that I have. I know we're trying to get the stormwater projects moving, so we'll
Okay,
probably, maybe next time I'll have some information on that.
okay, great.
All right.
Thank you, yes.
Sure.
Thank you. All right. Are there any members of the audience there that would like to address us? If so, please come up, state your name and address, so that Mrs. Price can get you on the record. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Dave Chapman on 2220 Canton Road. I'd like to know where we at on the Spartan bicycle trail that will be headed behind my house. Did they get a grant to finish that trail to go to the, connect to the bog?
No,
They haven't got the grant for that?
no.
What's going on with that right now?
Right now, we're working on the section here along Canfield Road. We did get a grant for that, so that will, I mean, we're not working on it, but that's what will be the next
Okay,
phase.
because I know I've seen the ex-trustee behind my house with a clipboard and paper and going, people walking behind my home on the electrical lines.
Okay.
And I had thought about it, and I saw, you probably know what I'm talking, the boardwalk they have going, where they go to the end of the Chapman Farm. I can't figure out why they just don't cross. So if they're going to bring this through eventually, which I'm sure they will, why don't they follow the electric lines across the street through that man's farm and go right to the bog instead of going through down by Kearns and interrupting people's front yards? You know, the last time I was here, I was arguing with Mr. Young that he said, well, that was always open to the power lines, and people knew that when they built the house. But the problem was they didn't know about a bicycle trail from Dean Young wanting to put one through. And I'm sure back then they had no idea what was going on. But instead of disrupting these people's front yards and moving Kearns's front away so they hit Hayne Road and then cut across that little road down, why don't they just cut across the end of our farm in the Dean's electrical line and follow it all the way through? And I'm sure Mr. Young doesn't want people to do that, but that'd be fair to the people. I'm still going to get visitors, but the other people going to Hayne Road wouldn't have to worry about it. But I don't know if anybody thought of that or not. And they say, well, it could be swampy. Well, Peninsula has swampy areas too, and they put nice walkways through there. I'd rather not go any farther. I think we'd have enough bike trails, because I'm afraid once they finish this bike trail, they'll probably want to go to Canton or Cleveland next. And Springfield has plenty of bicycle trails. And for 95% of the people who don't use them, it's going to cost us money. They say it doesn't, but it will, because, if you get grants, we initially pay for the grants anyway. It could be a federal thing, but we're still paying for it. So that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was actually at a meeting when I newly was elected over in Lakemore, and that actually got brought up to be able to get that across the street at a sooner before it gets to your guys' farm. To go over there, they got brought up, but I haven't heard anything since then. But
Well, the problem is, just the other day, a motorcycle goes down, four-wheelers go down that path, since the gates are closed now. The gates are opened up for monuments. Everybody put gates there.
Yes.
Like I said, 40, 50 years ago, when I first moved in, nothing but chaos. And the police, you have to go back that far, you'll see, you can't catch anybody on that path. They get away because of the woods and everything. And I hate to see it happen, but,
Okay. Sir?
Hi, my name is Doug Green. I live at 2370 Belfield. I'm here today to speak on behalf of Kim Tam Lake. I've been hearing a lot. People have been making complaints about anything and everything from laughing children to the sound of the springboard on the diving board. I don't really understand the drama or the hate that's coming to the lake. There's not a whole lot in Springfield for the kids to do. You can't swim in this lake. Don't want to drive them all the way down to Uniontown to go to Jellystone or whatever it is down there. You've got this jewel down the road. It's been there for 50, 60 years. It's affordable. It's friendly. The staff out there, which I'm included, I work out there with my wife. I spend all summer out there with my family. I take my kids there, I take my grandkids there. There's never been an issue. There's never been any need. Well, I think maybe one time the police were called for somebody who got a little too much into the alcohol. But I honestly do not understand the issue. If anyone who is making these complaints would just come out to the park Come see Jeremy. Come see me. Come see anybody who works out there. There's not going to be any drama. There's not going to be any anger. There's not going to be any resentment. Come out there. I'll show you around. Come out, have a picnic with me and my family. I'll buy you a Bob's hamburger. Come out and spend the day out there, and you will see the benefit that that lake provides to this community.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
My name's Sherry Falco, and I live on Pauline Avenue. And I'm just here on behalf of, I've heard over the last several years of y'all spending just way too much time worrying about what shouldn't happen at Lake Kim Tam, okay, at the park. Just a gentleman trying to have his own business and make something happen for the kids to do, along with families and that. I got 4 grandkids. I take them with me. When we go over there, I actually do some work over there every now and again for Jeremy. I just don't understand why there's more other important things to do than deal with, okay, so you hear a little bit of noise now and again. It's a family park. You're going to hear that no matter if you went to the old Eastwood, where I grew up at, or you go to any of the parks. They can't swim in the lake. He's got clean water over there. They don't have issues. They're open 7 days a week. I just think that they do a really good job over there, and they need to be blessed more than hit with negatives about everything that goes on over there. It's just, sometimes it just boggles my mind on some of the things I hear. And I know quite a few business owners within the township, and you hear it from them too on various issues. And it's just, there's other things that need to be, y'all can spend a little bit more time constructive with and dealing with a little bit of noise over here now and again and those type of things that go on. Because I've been there with the chief, with meters, listening to the bands and everything that go on there, or the background music going on. And it's, it's a place for, it's a pavilion. You've got, school does their, some of their reunions there, and some of the other schools from the general area too. And that's basically what I'm here for.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Yes.
My name is Gina Cody, and I live at 2721 Farmdale Road, and I'm also here to speak about Kim Tam Park. I have noticed in my life that I have peace when I'm around water, and I can't afford to travel to Florida and Myrtle Beach and South Carolina and be along the water, and I find peace when I go to Kim Tam. This place could be packed, and I'm sitting at a picnic table, and it is so peaceful. You're seeing families playing. I lived here all my life, and I remember going to Kim Tam as a kid, and it brings back all those childhood memories of being there with my family. And when I heard that he bought Kim Tam and is bringing it back to life, I was like, now I could take my grandchildren. I have 9 grandchildren, and I take my grandchildren there, and now they can feel make those childhood memories that I made when I was a kid. And I'm there in the summertime. I'm there almost every day of the week because I can go there, and I know there's not going to be any fighting, there's not going to be any drama or anything like that. And if anybody has any complaints about the park, they should come and see that it's just families and fun and people playing in the water. And yeah, there's an occasional party at the pavilion and stuff like that, and we play music and stuff, but it's just people having fun. And I like him, I don't understand why people have problems with it. It's right here in our backyard. Go have fun. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Don Jakovic, and I'm at 1996 Royal Oak Drive. And look, I share your referrals at Kim Tam. However, I am an eighth of a mile away up in Longmeadow. And I hear the noise, the disruption. It disrupts my livelihood of my homestead. There are neighbors in Longmeadow when certain noise levels reach decibels that the pictures on their home vibrate inside their house. And the events there that were also last year, a 420 event, which I'm sure the community is extremely proud of, having cannabis there, it being the only township in the state of Ohio having that event, and other cannabis events there. Those events become reckless. The car show that was there were burnouts as those cars were leaving up Canton Road that was just freshly paved. And one of them went up the abutment into the Ohio Edison area. It just seems as though that there isn't a lot of discipline with the events that are there. And my concern with current announcements is there were new campsites going in, I believe 100 campsites. The owner has opened up camping, free camping to motorcyclists from Memorial Day to Labor Day, along with any motorcyclists traveling through the area. And is that compliant? And that's my question to zoning.
Yeah, we addressed this last year, and there's a letter that I read at the public meeting last year.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a copy of that, and he was granted camping, so.
He was granted camping through the Summit County Health Department for 4 campsites, not 100. And I am not aware of any new applications being submitted to Summit County Health or the state of Ohio Health for additional campsites.
That's not where the BZA approved camping and
Right.
along all these other events.
Right, but all the regulatory is through the county health. And I believe Mr. Cowell has talked with Matt Schutte, who is the jurisdiction sanitarian for that area. Other concerns were the construction of a stage for concert events. And again, my concern and our resident concerns are compliancy. Is the owner doing the right thing? Is he following compliancy? Or is he just doing things at will?
Okay, I'm sure Deb knows of anything that's going on over there, and it should all be by the list of what was granted to go on. So if there's a new stage being constructed or something, I don't know that. But I would hope, I'm pretty sure that Mr. Caudill will do what he's supposed to do. So, what he's been granted, and able to do. So,
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess if you're asking, are we giving him any special leniency or anything? No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm here to propose awareness to the community about kind of what's going on down there, and that the owner follows the rules. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Jakovic, do you want a copy of what I read last year?
I have it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
I apologize that I have this cold and it's in my ears, and I cannot hear very well at the present moment. I'm Miss Joan Yvonne Ritzman. I live at 3339 Pontius Road, Uniontown, Ohio 44685. The location of my land is south of Kim Tam, Melanie Lake, also it's called, and it's at the parking lot as well. In simple English, it borders
Ohio Edison's high-tension wires, and that is on the north side of my land. And then on the west side of my land is the parking lot where American Hard Rubber dumped their refuse back in the 1940s and early 1950s. That is the dump that got full, and then they moved the dump down to south of Uniontown at Beltz's land, which is on Cleveland Avenue now, and that is the extension, of course, of Canton Road. Coming back to my problems, though, there are 5. It's a noise, fireworks, alcohol, marijuana, and really I need a wall built between myself and Melanie Lake. My land in the 1940s was bought by my parents, who bought land from the farmland, the Ritzman farmland. The Ritzmans came there in the mid-1800s. And I might insert here that the swamp that you will hear about from Dr. Mumal is part of the old Ritzman farmland. All right, in recent years, Kim Tam, Melanie Lake, set off fireworks into my woods. Well, even Jeremy Cottle and Melanie, his wife, shot fireworks into my field, and then they moved, I remember, into the area that was next to the woods. That was before she died, of course, and that was without my permission that they shoot those fireworks. I was grateful to the police department and to the fire department last year that they said absolutely no fireworks in 2024. Please stop fireworks this year also. I do not need the risk of fire. And those trees were planted by my parents many years ago. Now another problem is alcohol and marijuana were really allowed last year. Morals dropped. Private citizens, we neighbors, need protection more than flimsy fences. I need a high wall built on Melanie Lake property to protect me from people who would easily cross over the fence that's to the north and also the fence between my field and woods and their parking lot area. I need it before campers and others come into the park for Jeremy Cottle's events. I need it for protection and privacy along both my north and parking lot borders. Please give me protection as well as my neighbors. Thank you, Joan Ritzman.
Hi, my name's Rose Lee, 2881 Canton Road. I am at Melanie Lake 7 days a week for 3 months. I have not one time had any problem with any of our guests crossing into anybody else's yards or anything. I can sympathize with everybody, but I can say that I have never seen anybody walking around anybody's yard or any place except at the lake and at the pavilions. We have never had any trouble with guests, especially during 420. I was very pleased. Initially, I had concerns about it, but I was very pleased. I had never seen so many people so polite and so willing to help everybody. I mean, there were veterans there, senior citizens there. It wasn't a group of rowdies or hippies or anything like that. It was a nice group of people, okay? This is a business, a small business that should be supported by the community because that's what communities should do. They should support small businesses in this community because they're vanishing all around us. And if they're so concerned about marijuana and alcohol, maybe they should look into the bars around and or the dispensaries around. But I guarantee you that I am there all the time, and I never have any problems with any of the guests. So, and it's a benefit to the community. I sit and I talk to all the guests. I drive around. I ask them if they have any problems or concerns to please address me if they do. And they leave. I tell them goodbye. We greet them at the door. It's a very family-friendly environment. And I have had so many people say that they wouldn't be able to entertain their children in the summertime if it wasn't for our park. So I just wanted to say, and as far as the paperwork and everything, that to be compliant, trust me, I've seen it. I know what he goes through with all the compliance and the paperwork. It's all, his ducks are in a row. So if there's a problem, then I don't understand what it is, but I do sympathize with people if they feel as though their personal space has been invaded. But, you know, it's a business. Just like car shows at the Lakemore Plaza. They zoom around there. They pull out, they burn their tires. That's what people at car shows do. Okay, they want to show their cars off. But we have it once a year. I mean, once a year it can't be tolerated. And we don't have those big events all the time with weed and alcohol, and it's very, very few. So I just wanted to put my point out there, and I wish that everybody would start supporting small businesses more, because that's what this community needs.
Thank you.
My name is Gina Uplinger, 3315 Pontius. I know it always seems like we're up here complaining about what's happening over the hill. If it were just swimming and kids down there having a good time, we'd be all for it, absolutely. But that's not always the case, as you know, Chief Jack, or we call throughout the entire summer when it gets rowdy down there. Why does it have to get rowdy? Why aren't things monitored and you say, keep the sound down, behave? Why can't that happen? Why does it have to go to that? You know what, I was quiet when you talked, so give me the respect, okay? So I just feel like this has gotten so mucky, such a mess. As far as the marijuana and the drinking and the car shows, it is disruptive. It's our summer as well. You know, we are right up against it. And no one seems to care about our rights, what we can do, what we're allowed. You know, we have 3 months in the summer too to enjoy. And I wish we could all work together. Now, I know this thing that you're doing right now with bringing in motorcycle, I don't know what you call it. What is it? The bikers. Is that allowed? Is that from Memorial to Labor Day? That's permitted? It just seems, I don't know. Who protects them from the lake? Or if they drink too much, they go swimming in the middle of the night. What happens then? I don't think things are always thought through down there. And I think there are some good things that you offer the community. I think the shelter's nice. I think some of the talent thing down there, I know there's a lot of people that enjoy going. Jeremy, I'm looking at you. You can give me the same courtesy, okay? Great, okay? I don't want to get on a bit, well, it's probably we're there, but it's just frustrating that, you know, you encourage, I hear this, you say, rev up the engines, bike nights back every Thursday, you know, let's, you know, you want there to be chaos. You do it under the guide of all your people, all your friends that come to support, but nobody cares. We've been there for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. We just want to be able to enjoy our backyard too. And certainly, make a living down there, do it, but protect people. Be concerned about our rights as well. That's all we ask. And we've talked to all of you multiple times, and we can't seem to come to a balance here. What do? We have to go legal at this point? Who helps us? We just want quiet, that's all. And I understand that you're going to have some things like here and there, some hiccups, but, we're just trying to be respectful. We're trying for everybody to get along. But you encourage havoc down there with some of the things that you're saying to the community. Come down here, rev up your engines, So, that's all I have to say. It's very disheartening. It's discouraging.
Do no one else then? All right, thank you all. Do any of my colleagues have announcements? Mr. Chapman, no? Mr. Caudell, I know you have that one we've all been waiting for about the Spectrum cable there.
Yeah, I'd like to tell all you guys about the Spectrum Community Channel 1023. Springfield and Lakemore Community Channel 1023 is dedicated to serving our communities by broadcasting local government meetings, community events, information, and special programs. Tune in to the Spectrum Channel 1023 for the latest programming. Check the current schedule on our Facebook page or at springfieldtownship.us. Watch all current and past programs on demand on our YouTube channel, searchable as Springfield Lakemore Community Channel. To suggest events or activities for coverage, contact your local government officials or connect with us on Facebook. Thank you to Kelly, Joe, Jeremy, and Michelle for the help and support in giving these announcements and promoting the community channel. Thank you, Frank, Jim, Douglas, and Carolyn. Some coming attractions, the 2025 Top 25 Springfield High School Students Awards and Banquets, the SHS Senior Breakfast and Awards, the SHS 9th Grade Awards Program for 2025, the Springfield High School 10th Grade Awards Program for 2025, and the Springfield High School 11th Grade Awards Program for 2025. The Springfield Preschool Program held at the Springfield Assembly of God Church. The Springfield High School 2025 graduation held at E.J. Thomas Hall.
All right, thank you. And I noticed in attendance, and I forgot to ask, so I apologize, that our Springfield Women's Club is here today in attendance. Did you have anything that you'd like to say to us, or you just joining the meeting?
Just enjoying the meeting.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for coming. I believe that's all we have. No further announcements. Anyone? No? Chief, you have anything to add? You were out when I was reading your stuff, but you're good? All right. Well, then I'd make a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman? Yes. Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Mr. Caudle?
Yes.
All right, thank you, everyone. And again, thank you for your support Tuesday night. I guess I should have said that before we adjourned, but yes, ma'am.